Well, you hear that? That is the sound of a giant sigh of relief from Team Stipe. Welcome to Tough Talk. I am Karyn Byant. He is TUF Season 3 winner, former coach, and former middleweight champion of the world.
We could go on all day.
We really could do, but his name is Michael Bisping, and next to him, let's give a big welcome to Mike Trizano, who is the first to get a victory for Team Stipe. Dude, what was that locker room like afterwards? Because you guys have been through it up to this point.
I mean, especially for Stipe, he was stoked. Yeah. I mean, you saw how pissed off he was the last few times and the speeches he was giving us, and you couldn't really hear what he was saying because it was all beeped out, you know? But I was excited. I didn't let all that tension really get to me. I just went in there to kill, like I always do, and paid off.
Kill you didn't, win you did. But did the fight go as expected?
Yeah, I expected to win.
Yeah,
I went in there to finish him, and I did.
I'm talking about the knockdown, though. In the first round, you got caught with a punch. I'm sure that wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, obviously, you know, you got to adapt to any situation in there. You know, it's unpredictable. He hit me with a good shot. I wasn't in danger, but I couldn't see out of my eye the rest of the fight.
Right.
Oh, well, geez. Well, we have a lot to talk to you about the fight and just winning and everything, so stay with us. But stay with us. You just got here, for crying out loud. We do have an exclusive sneak peek of the next episode of The Ultimate Fighter, presented by Cerveza Modelo, the official beer of UFC. And just a little over 10 minutes, you won't want to miss Dulani's trash talking. He is stirring up dissension in the house. But first, yep, RJ Clifford is here in the troll booth, keeping an eye on social media using the hashtag Tough Talk. He has got his finger on the pulse of social media. Look out, people. RJ, what have you got for us?
We trolling! Thank you so much, Karyn. Now, Tough Talk fans have really embraced the troll booth. I mean, my heart is overflowing with gratitude. Just look at these responses from Twitter. Chris tweets in, "Please get rid of the troll booth."
Nice.
Here, Chris is a massive fan. I'll send you a troll booth t-shirt. I'm happy to do it. Siddhartha chimes in, "Oh God, please cancel the troll booth. You're giving trolls a bad name." Well, thank you. I aim to please. And finally, Peter tweets in, "Hey, troll booth, does your ass ever get jealous of the that comes out of your mouth?"
Ooh.
Guys, I'm speechless. I can feel the love from here. It's always nice to feel appreciated. Keep the love coming using hashtag Tough Talk. You can get your comments and compliments read on air. Karyn,
Mike, this is what you have to look forward to. People are friendly on social media.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right, thank you so much, RJ. Let's get back to the fight, Mike. What was your game plan going into this one?
My game plan was to keep it standing. I like to stand and trade leather. A lot of times in the past, guys just start standing and they always try and take me down, so I have a lot of submission wins. It's kind of like a hidden skill, I would say, because everyone sees that I'm from Tiger Showman's and they think straight away, oh, he's a stand-up guy. That's it. They underestimate our jiu-jitsu game, and I've got a lot of wins by submission. So, I mean, they got to kind of pick their poison.
Well, let's go back to that first round as we did a moment ago with the knockdown. You just said to us, and you said it on the show as well, you could see 3 of them after that punch. That must have been tough.
Yeah, well, I mean, usually if I get rocked, I always try and hit the one in the middle, so...
You sound like Rocky over here.
Yeah.
From Rocky 3, I think his Apollo Creed came out with that exact hat on.
Well, I'm curious, dude, how confident you felt about winning the fight, because usually, I mean, not 100% of the time, but if you get dropped, often you lose the round. So after the second round, did you think you were going to a third, or were you confident you had won?
No, I was confident. I wanted Ty to begin with. I had saw how he was in the house, and I knew I could break him mentally, and I like to push the pace and keep going and push forward, so I knew I could break him in the middle of the fight. What do you mean you saw? Like, what gave you the hint that you could break him mentally? He was just all over the place emotion-wise. I don't know, like he was fighting with his team, and then he was not fighting with his team. He was hating on DC, and then all of a sudden he's back to being boys with DC. Like, make up your mind. Like, there'd be times where he's in the house and he's all smiley, and then the next thing you know, he's mean-mugging you, so...
Well, that's one of the things you've got to do as a fighter. You've got to control your emotions, because it's negative energy, and that can affect you in the fight. It looked to me like he was getting tired, so maybe that was part of that reason.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he had to cut a lot more than I did, too, so I definitely think that played a part in it.
Well, we've talked about Stipe not really being a guy who gives away a lot of his emotions, and you did mention, you know, he did get fired up, dropped, what did we say, 15 or 18 F-bombs in that speech after the last loss. So for you to be able to turn things around and get the first victory for the team, what did that mean to you? And did you sense Stipe, you know, giving you any sort of extra love for doing that for the team?
Yeah, he was pumped up. I wanted to get everybody pumped up. I felt like everybody was kind of just like, wow, like they were down in the dumps, and I wanted to get the fire, that spark back, and I wanted to get it going with a bang, so.
Listen, let me tell you, from somebody that's coached the Ultimate Fighter twice, when your team is losing like that, when somebody wins finally, it's like, oh, my God, thank God, because it's so embarrassing, because no doubt you guys are training hard. The training was good. You just can't guarantee what's going to happen in a fight, you know, and it starts to paint the impression that your team sucks. But that's not the case. No. Or did your team suck?
No, we were great. The matchups were great, you know. I was fully confident everyone was going to win, and they obviously thought the same thing. That's just the way it happened, 0-4. I mean, it could have easily, if you run it back, it could easily go 4-0.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, those are the numbers, 0-4 up to this point. Speaking of numbers, one thing we did learn about you in this episode, Mike, is that you don't have a big family. You have an enormous family. Let's take a look at this clip.
I have a huge family. I'm half Italian, half Irish. My mother, she's the youngest of 14. There's over like 130 now on that one side alone.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a big family. You said they're always rooting for you. They come, they basically fill the arena whenever you fight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I always, selling tickets and stuff, I'm always selling between 80 and 100 tickets just for family alone. So they support me 100%.
Do they all wear cowboy hats and snakeskin boots?
Absolutely. You know, anybody that comes to my fights, the entire crowd fully decked out.
Nice.
All right,
nice.
well, we want to do a little something with you because since you do have so many cousins, we wanted to sort of know which ones are your favorites. So if we could put 15 seconds on the clock here, name as many cousins as you can in 15 seconds. Ready, set, go.
Nikki, Billy, Jesse, Tony, Timmy, Becky, Brian. Oh, man, Georgie, Steve. Oh, my God.
Time's up. Time's up.
You did pretty well, but I feel with 130 cousins, you can just throw out any name.
Yeah.
Let me try. Matthew, Mark, Michael, Luke, John, Joseph, Paul, Stephen. Some of those must have been your cousins.
Being Italian and
You might have got one wrong.
No,
yeah, see what I mean? It's easy. That's an easy game.
Yeah. There's got to be several Paulies, a few Maries. Right, it's like the wedding scene in Goodfellas. This is Marie. This is Marie. I love it. All right, well, we did have some drama on Team Stipe to start this episode. How do you think you handled it, and how did the house handle it when things started heating up?
I think a lot of people got pulled into it.
Yeah.
I was pretty much minding my own business. I mean, you guys have seen in past episodes when there was arguments, I was too busy cooking my food and doing my own thing. I didn't really want to get caught up in any of the BS. I wanted to focus on myself and my training and my fighting. I love the experience. Being cut off from the world, I only had one thing in my mind, and that was winning. Yeah. And I didn't want anything to distract me from that. I was there for a reason. Missing my family, it was always on my mind. Missing my girlfriend, you know, not having those people there with me was always on my mind, but I really wanted to take the advantage of the time I had and the experience and the opportunity that was given to me. I didn't want to waste it.
Well, that's all well and good. But when you're with somebody as annoying as this Dulani character, come on, it's hard to keep your cool. What do you think? Is this all an act? What's going on with this guy?
100% an act.
Yeah.
He's actually a really cool guy. You know, he causes a lot of drama, and he talks a lot, but, like, he's always talking about himself. Like, he never really puts anyone down. Okay. He's just saying that, oh, I'm going to beat all you guys, like this and that, you're broke. But it's not like...
What has that got to do with anything, by the way?
It has nothing to do with anything.
Your fighting skills.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much
how much money you have.
It's not like he's going to go in there with a gold brick and start hitting somebody.
Exactly. I never quite understood that.